We have breaking news this morning. Senators could vote today on a last-minute plan to end the government shutdown. Democrats are holding out for health care funding. Lawmakers could face a vote to decide whether the government reopens today or stays closed. If it continues, federal officials say air travel disruptions will only get worse. This morning, 40 major airports across the country, including DFW Airport and Love Field, cutting air traffic by 4% following an order from the FAA. Now here locally, we're seeing 58-ish cancellations at DFW, 18 at Love Field. This is according to FlightAware. Now joining us right now, aviation insider Steve Cosgrove. He's the president and CEO of Dynamic Travel. You and I were just talking. You got some new information in just a few minutes ago that I want to make sure people hear, because the big question we all have, and this is natural, how does this affect me?
Well, right, what they're going to do is they're going to go to 6% cut on Tuesday, 8% on Thursday, and the full 10% will kick in on Friday. And then at that point, the airlines have to cancel flights 7 days in advance.
One of the questions we were talking about before we came out in the air was, what does this look like as far as which airlines can cut which flights? How are they figuring that out?
It appears that they can cut whatever flights they want, which would mean if I'm American Airlines, I'm going to cut the regional, the Delta, the Envoy flights, the PSA, the smaller planes have less impact on passengers. So for instance, Dallas to Amarillo may go from 4 flights a day to 3 flights a day, and they'll rebook those people on other flights. Otherwise, I think in operations, they will look at flights with lighter loads and cancel those flights. Again, minimal impact to the customer. But the problem is the flights are so full, they really don't have much they can rebook them onto. So instead of a nonstop flight, you may end up with a connection somewhere, or maybe 2 connections to get to your destination.
How quickly would the government need to reopen before we see a ripple effect that's going to cause issues come Thanksgiving, which we have so many people who are planning on traveling?
Well, it's going to take a while because these guys have to come back from their work, their jobs. They've already started separate lives, the air traffic controllers, the ones who are calling in sick and stuff like that. So it's going to take a while for them to come back because they're not going to get paid immediately. It's going to take time for the money to come back to them. And you've got guys out there, they don't have money for gas to get to work, let less food to feed their kids.
What are you telling people who are calling you? Because you said you've had a lot of friends calling you and family who've got a flight scheduled in the days ahead. What are you telling people?
Hang tight and see what the airline does with your flight. If it's a nonstop out of Dallas to one of the hubs, it's probably not going to get canceled. If it's an international flight, it's probably not going to get canceled. If you're on a commuter flight to College Station, it may get canceled.
And at this point, when you're looking at the airlines, how are they going to handle this? Is this going to affect their bottom line as well?
Oh, absolutely. And right now, if you like solving puzzles or Rubik cubes, you would love to be in operations and crew scheduling, because with the airlines, when you cancel a flight, it's like pulling a thread on a sweater, because the flight from Dallas to Kansas City gets canceled. Well, that crew is then going from Kansas City, say, to Chicago. Then that crew, once they got to Chicago, had to take a flight to Seattle. So you cancel the one out of here and it affects all these downline flights. And so they have to figure out how to get the crews around and how it affects this flight and that flight. It's not just so simple as saying, oh, well, we'll just cancel this flight and go on with things.
Yeah.
It affects other things down, like the crew and the aircraft.
All right, we're going to talk to Steve again during our WFAA Plus show. You can join us there if you've not downloaded the app, because we have a lot more to discuss. Again, that will be at 7 o'clock. We appreciate your insight, Steve. Thank you very much.
Anytime.
Okay, Mark.
Yeah, big issue affecting so many people, Kara.